I had my heart broken and I leveled up. To True Story Nation. And I'm not going to say who it's from because I see down here you say, please keep me anonymous. I'll just say to True Story Nation. Subject, I had my heart broken and I leveled up. Hi, True. Please keep me anonymous and please keep doing what you do. You're helping more men than you know. Learn about the true female nature. Before I get started, I want to thank you for reading my last story. I hope it educated and entertained the listeners. In my last email, I briefly alluded to an ex that made me a purple pill prior to the ex I referred to as Nightmare. I said that would be another story. Well, this is that story. The relationship broke my heart and changed my life forever. Many years ago, I met this girl. We'll call her Heartbreaker. Anyways, I met Heartbreaker when she was in the university. I met her by chance at a gas station. After a karate class, Heartbreaker walked past me and out the door. A moment later, she walked back inside and looked at me. I recognize your karate federation's name because I studied karate at the same federation years ago. At that moment, I knew who she was, but we had not seen each other in years. I know who you are. You're Heartbreaker. Yes, and you're Blue Pill Beta Super Simp. It's good to see you again. That's why I like how you did that. We leave the gas station and go to a burger place. We end up spending the whole night together just talking. A few days later, I met her friends, and they were all single. At the time, I had no idea of how females do their best to sabotage each other's relationships. I was grilled the whole time. They talked to me like a bunch of bitter old ladies. It made me feel angry and awkward. Throughout all this, Heartbreaker just sat there as her friends treated me like a piece of rubbish. If I were the man then that I am now, I would have told Heartbreaker that if she wants to be with me, she will need to find new friends. I would have then informed Heartbreaker's friends that until they learn how to act like ladies and not like angry witches, they will continue to be single. After months of dealing with her friends sabotaging our relationship, Heartbreaker said she wanted to talk. We met for a talk and Heartbreaker started giving me the whole typical female breakup line. Heartbreaker, I'm not ready for anything serious. I think you're the right man, but this is not the right time. I'm just trying to make you happy. Heartbreaker, life can't always be about making me happy. I'm happy when you're happy, so why can't we both just be happy? Heartbreaker, you treat me like I walk on clouds. I just need time to figure things out. If you're wondering, yes, she was mad because I treated her too good and I was too nice. Now I am aware that this female code for I'm still getting lots of attention from men and I'm not ready to stop riding the carousel. And I'm a woman unworthy of good treatment and I'm mad that you are too stupid to understand that I belong to the streets. Men, if you get a woman that punishes good behavior and rewards bad behavior, send her back to the streets. Now being raised to believe that women are special and delicate flowers worthy of special treatment, I was confused. Everything I had been taught about how to treat a woman had failed, and I hate to admit it, but I was crushed. I decided to go no contact with her. After 3 weeks of no contact, guess who sends me a message? Yep, Heartbreaker. And like a blue-pilled simp, I responded. There is a part of me that wishes I could go back in time and educate my younger self about true female nature. We start talking and I inform Heartbreaker that I signed up for the army. When she was asking why, I tell her because she wanted time to figure things out regarding us, and I thought leaving for the next 5 years on active duty would give her the time she needed. Fast forward and I leave for training. After basic and AIT, like a good little blue-pilled super simp, I went right back to Heartbreaker. Big mistake. When she saw me, I was wearing my Class A uniform. Guys, most women love a man in uniform, and Heartbreaker was no different. So we started seeing each other again. 2 weeks later, I leave for my first duty station. For the next year, Heartbreaker and I have a long distance relationship. Now, in my red pill mindset, I know our long distance relationship was her way of keeping me on lock while she took turns on the carousel 2 and 3 horses at a time. While she was partying and failing her university classes, I was in training. Then one day, my unit got deployed orders to Iraq. Now, I can't speak for former soldier in the military, but I would think in general most people would not want to leave any loose ends before they go to war. Typically, people will cut off a relationship or tie it up. In my blue-pilled mindset, I honestly thought that if I proposed to Heartbreaker, she would be there waiting for me when I came back. Yep, you guessed it. I went out, I bought a ring, and I got down on one knee, and I was asking Heartbreaker to be my wife. She said yes, and just like that, we were engaged. Now, in my red-pilled mindset, I know that a ring and a promise means very little to the hypergamous nature of a woman. The next day, I returned to my unit. Over the next 2 days, I called Heartbreaker, but it went to voicemail. Finally, Heartbreaker calls me back. Yep, you guessed it. To break off our engagement. I was only engaged for like 3 days. Looking back, it makes me laugh. I like to think that somewhere in the world there is a trophy for the world's shortest engagement with my name on it. I leave for Iraq and deal with the stress of combat and losing the woman I loved. Guys, nothing sucks like being deployed while dealing with a broken heart. Guys, I am telling you, do not get married or engaged if you are in the army, especially if you are getting deployed. It seems like everyone who went down married came back single or divorced. And the ones who are still married had to work through infidelity. I am telling you, infidelity in the army is more contagious and does more damage than the pandemic. My situation is not unique in that regard. Fast forward 1 year, a few bullets, some close calls, an IED, and an injured driver later. Yes, if you are wondering, my truck hit the IED. It spiderwebbed the bulletproof windows, blew out the tires, and nearly caused us to roll down the edge of a mountain. I walked away without a scratch. However, my friend was injured, but I digress. Now I realize that not only did I dodge actual bullets, but the proverbial one too. After my deployment, I flew back to my hometown, and even after all that transpired between me and Heartbreaker, I still couldn't keep myself from looking her up. Looking back, I see that I was so blue-pilled. If I would have been shot in Iraq, I would have bled blue. We tried to pick up where we left off, but that's not possible. Heartbreaker tells me that when I ETS, end time and serves, from the army, that maybe we can be together. However, she tells me right now she doesn't have time to have a relationship because of the difficult studies in university. Heartbreaker meets someone and tells me that life is taking our feet on different paths. Our final goodbye was very anticlimactic. I never saw her again. As far as I know, Heartbreaker and the other person who shall remain nameless are still together. Guys, they say all is fair in love and war. I have seen both, and I can tell you that it's true. By the way, did I mention that it took Heartbreaker over 8 years to get her degree? I guess partying your way through university is not conducive to passing your classes. And as far as I know, all Heartbreaker's friends are still single. I guess some things never change. You guys know the story of Nightmare. Well, last I heard, she was having trouble passing the last little bit of her studies. I also heard she is still working the same job she had before she started university. Like I said, I guess some things never change. I harbor no ill will to any woman I have ever dated. I wish them all a happy life. Carrying around hate and bitterness in your hearts towards someone will only hurt you and allow that person to maintain power over you. That's right. I read some of the comments about my last story, and someone said they hope I am doing well. I am doing very well. I have traveled the world and seen some amazing things. I even managed to find a woman along the way to share in my experiences. If you're wondering, yes, she is faithful, and I have unrestricted access to all her electronic devices, and she has access to mine. If you are in a committed relationship, reason to be private. I was able to graduate with a 4.0 GPA in a year early by working very hard in university. I now have a Bachelor of Science. After I graduated university, I received a letter. As I read the letter, it made me smile. The letter informed me that because of some unethical business practices the university I attended was involved in, all student debt was wiped away. Wow. I never paid a dime for my education, and I never will. Because I am a veteran, I go to the VA for all medical care. That means I will never have to pay a medical bill. As far as money goes, let me just say that God has really blessed me. The Bible says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. Believe me when I say my life is living proof of this verse. I have no contact with heartbreaker or nightmare for many years, and life is good. I say all that to say this, my red pill brothers. The situation will get better, so never give up. Keep fighting, and as always, stay true. I will leave you with these words of wisdom, strength, and truth. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. 2 Corinthians 4:8. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Proverbs 24:10. Wow. Wow, man. You know what? I get it. The best revenge, they say this, the best revenge is success. Level up. Yeah, it's great to hear a good story like, oh yeah, I bleached all of her clothes, or I told her new boyfriend that she was a cheater and he left her. Now she's alone, living with cats. And the best revenge is success. Level up. Focus on yourself. No need to focus on someone who wants nothing to do with you. Why would you dwell on someone who wants absolutely nothing to do with you and they don't respect you? Level up. He was in the army, in the military. He went to school. I don't care if you hit the gym. I don't care what it is. You're already in your career. Level up in your career. Become manager. Take some courses, get some certificates if it helps. Find out if it helps. All certificates don't help. I had people at my job try that, and we were just looking at them like, nah, this ain't gonna work. But anyway, but seriously, level up, guys. Don't dwell and cry over it, and use it as motivation to do better in life for yourself. It'll all work out. Guys, if you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it on the screen. That's truestorynation@gmail.com. I'm going to catch you guys at the next one.